Oh boy. What y'all know about supermodel?
Go ahead and sing it.
Fresh out of Air magazine.
By her.
Look pictures I really know.
Ladies, how y'all feeling tonight? Man, y'all look good. I want to give a first shout out to SOL-CARITAS, Carlos Wallace for putting it on at the Improv, and a shout out to my team. Soul Poetry is in the house. Now I want to answer the question that everybody in here is asking. How that high yellow dude get on stage? I'm about to tell you. There's a lion in the room, and my presence threatens you. See, first you tried to chain me, then you gave me 2 chains to wrap me into mental slavery. But the bindings on my mind have been slipped. Those chains in the name told me don't fit. I found a way to break free. Performing for your amusement is opposition for royalty. Next, you tried inequality. You said in order for me to be a man, I would have to add 2 more fifths to my 3, as if 5 of you could ever equal 1 of me. But when I looked in your eyes and saw the fear behind them, you tried beating me. But I toughened my chin. So when the whips you traded in for nice kicks could no longer break my spirit, you tried to kill me. But let's be honest about it. You already know who I am. You just too terrified to say it, like repeating Candyman 3 times in front of the mirror. Because it's a coward you see staring back at you every time you look in the mirror. You keep thinking of the horrors that would follow if you acknowledge what you already know, that your position on the food chain is at an all-time low. Because there's a lion in the room, and my presence threatens you. Shit, physically, I'm superior. I'm bigger, stronger, and more resilient. I have infiltrated every sport of my interest and whooped you at it. And then when I walked into the office, you knew what was about to happen, so you started saying bullshit like, he's not a team player. He's just too arrogant. It's called confidence, bitches. I was born with it. Failure is not in my vocabulary. You looking at a walking success story. My creativity stems from a heritage of ingenuity, forged out of necessity. And no time to play around with you might make me seem a little bit rude. I'll turn savage on your ass quick, even though I got on a suit. So the next time you come around me, make damn sure you check that attitude. Because there's a lion in the room, and my presence threatens you. Your propaganda is nothing but a farce. My ears are deaf to the garbage you force feed me on the radio. My eyes are blind to the shows you bankroll and perpetuate images of self-hate. We both know it's always been in your plans to separate. Therefore, you try to split us by depicting our beautiful queens as nothing more than gold diggers, and our fathers as being nothing more than absent, but I see through your tactics. I respect the mother of my children even though I may not be with her. I still love and sacrifice for my little ones outside of your governmental demands. If it survived for them, if I had to, I'm willing to shovel shit and cut grass. But let's get one thing straight, brother. I do not kiss ass. My seeds are the heirs to my throne. That's why you want us apart, because you know I will groom them to be just like me. To love themselves first, to have no fear, no limits, and no doubts about their self-worth. I teach them to walk with their heads high and their shoulders back, proud with their chest out. And once I educate them, it ain't a damn thing you can do about us when there's a whole family of lions in the room. Hell, even my offspring threatens you. Everything about me speaks to majesty and what is divine. Life began with my bloodline, so it only stands to reason why. Every idea you steal and step you take is always a step behind. Come to think of it, your genes are inferior to mine. And if you don't quite get it, even your DNA needs to get in line. You're only brave when you're holding a weapon, and even then, that chill is squeezing your spine. See, now I know why you're so eager to be rid of me. You fear what you can't control, and it shows on your face when confronted by me. That's why you have to call for reinforcements, even though there's only one of me. I'm the first, the true heir to this earth, and mine is the image of strength and power you try so desperately to destroy. And despite your attempts to implement a plan to my demise long before I was born, I stand here in beautiful black man defiance of you and your bullshit ploys. See, you can't mentally or physically castrate me, and I laugh at any attempts to emasculate me. Since I know you're scared to, I'll just say it for you. There's a lion in the room, and you will never tame me, cage me, or break me. So, which lady in here wants to fuck tonight? She said twice. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let me get this in so we can get this show started for y'all. Every woman in here should want to fuck. No, seriously. Because to fuck, or P-H-U-C-K, means to place your heart under the care of a king. Now all of these women are queens and your royalty is a given. You deserve the world. The only issue is the level of self-worth that's missing. Queens, don't you realize that your bloodline declares you as the mother to all mankind? But if you can't see your own value, please tell me, how can you expect a man to be anything else but blind? Even if he's looking right at you. Don't get me wrong now, there'll be some men posing like they're royalty with their eyes set on your heart's dowry, making claims of being an emotional investor, but playing games like they're the court jester when most of those lames are no more than some well-dressed beggars. And they'll speak those rehearsed lines of grandeur with depictions of grand castles, but when you look beyond the facade, all you will see is some common grass huts. No more than a house of cards to topple when the wind is blown, but a real man uses bare hands to build you a home made out of stone. And what I say tonight might sound a little bit blatant, but too many of our queens have been giving their hearts to vagrants, and they're relentless in their persuasion of getting you to let your guards down. But tell me, how can he crown you if he's wearing some cheap-ass robes and it makes you a crown? So ladies, tonight, in the worst way, I want to fuck you. Because to fuck, or P-H-U-C-K, means to place your heart under the care of a king. And it is not the acquisition of power or riches that moves him. It's his integrity and compassion that keeps a queen loyal to him. He's fair in his decisions, and never would he boast. He would toss that crown and take up the sword and fight for what he values most. And not by money, land, or material things as the greatness of a king do you measure my queens, because bank accounts can determine whether or not you are his most prized treasure. Because a real king will remove his crown, his robe, and all his jewels to bear his soul to you in the center of the citadel and be bare chest with no armor, for in the center of his heart is where your heart dwells. And if self-preservation of his is something that comes natural, it means that his heart would have to die an emotional death before your heart ever had a chance to. And since to fuck, or P-H-U-C-K, means to place your heart under the care of a king, give me just one queen so that this king can show what a good fucking is supposed to feel like. Thank y'all.